the economy and public spending flows with us.
That's right. Les Echos, the business daily, says that it's the moment of truth for Hollande when it comes to public spending. Now, during his New Year's address, he said that he was going to make public spending his top priority, and he vowed to personally oversee this decrease in public spending that he's talking about. And that's why today he'll be hosting at the Élysée Palace the very first meeting of what's known as the Strategic Council on Public Spending. And this is a council that was created last week. Now, Le Parisien likens it to a war room. It's kind of the situation room for cutting public spending because Hollande has his work cut out for him. He has to find a way to save 15 billion euros this year, 50 billion euros between 2015 and 2017. So where is he going to find the money? Well, Aujourd'hui en France says every single ministry and every level of government is going to have to tighten its belt, especially at the local level.
And if he wants a little bit of advice, all he has to do is look in the papers because they're all chiming in, aren't they, today, giving him that advice.
That's right. It's interesting to see if the government actually listens up. L'Opinion, the pro-business paper, for instance, says that the government needs to privatize more to spend less. So it's interesting to see if the socialist government actually listens to this. But the Opinion suggests privatizing, for instance, the National Postal Service, the National Rail Service, the transport provider here in Paris, the RATP. So we'll have to see if the government listens to them. Now, all of this is partially also to reassure France's European neighbors and to show that the government is really serious about reform. And perhaps so is an article that's in the FT today by the financial minister, Pierre Moscovici. Now, he is going to be in this war room today, and he writes a piece here that says that the doom mongers are wrong. France is modernizing and reforming. He says that France is changing, but France is changing the French way. And this comes in the wake of a wave of French bashing articles that we've seen in recent weeks. And he says that you can be both French and fiscally responsible. There's no conflict between social democracy and competitiveness.
That's not going to reassure the far left, though. They've been quite critical, haven't they, of the government's pro-business stance, if you like.
That's right. The government has been so pro-business since the new year, trying to boost competitiveness with all these pro-business reforms. But L'Humanité, the communist newspaper, says, you know what, businesses actually don't need any help because, as you can read here, the kings of the CAC 40 are filling themselves. Now, according to L'Humanité, 2013 was a very good year for shareholders. They really filled their pockets, receiving 43 billion euros in dividends, and 2014 will be even better. And on top of that, L'Humanité says that multinational companies are cheating, and L'Humanité is referring here to McDonald's. Now, Les Echos tells us exactly what's going on. The French branch of McDonald's is under scrutiny for, well, it's accused of avoiding to pay taxes on around 2.2 billion euros in revenue by transferring this money to Luxembourg. Now, as you can read in Les Echos, McDonald's says that, it hasn't done anything wrong. It hasn't been breaking any laws by transferring this money to Luxembourg, and it pays all the taxes that it needs to pay in France.
Critics saying it is France's high taxes, though, that's driving away business and also wealthy citizens.
That's right. Les Echos, the business paper, once again takes a closer look at this and says that millionaires in France have the blues. And it reports from the Villa Montmorency. Now, that's a secluded cocoon kind of area in the 16th arrondissement here in Paris. So one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the French capital. Now, it's the highest concentration of artists, business owners, and wealthy families by the meter square. A paradise, says Les Echos, or a paradise lost for many people because more and more wealthy people are leaving. They're packing up and moving, tired of this tax pressure, tired of what they call the, quote, anti-rich atmosphere in France, something we've been hearing about in all these French bashing articles. So real estate agents say there are between 15 and 25 houses up for sale in that area. So if you're interested, Stuart, you need to dish out 8 million euros. And one of your neighbors could be Carla Bruni, who is, of course, the wife of a certain Nicolas Sarkozy. I don't know if you've heard
Nicolas
of him.
Sarkozy, I have heard of him. We mention him from time to time. We haven't mentioned him for at least a week, though. The press, though, are certainly mentioning him and his political comeback.
Guess what I'm talking about, too? This is the will he or won't he. I'm starting to sound like a broken record again.
It's every day, isn't it?
It's every day. Well, Le Figaro comes back on this. Why is it? Well, it's because Bernadette Chirac, so the former First Lady, she was talking on the radio yesterday, and she let the cat out of the bag. Yes, of course he's going to make a comeback in 2017, and Le Figaro agrees with this. They say that he will explain it explicitly on this in the second semester of 2015. So Le Figaro seems to have more information about this. Les Echos in the meanwhile, say that what he's trying to do, but before he makes it explicit, is change his image a little bit, because he was known for being a little bit bling bling. Now he's trying to come across as a simple man, according to Les Echos. They say that, for instance, he put a photo up on Instagram where he was drinking a coffee, trying to show that he's close to the French people. Les Echos says that he's doing this because the next months aren't going to be simple for him, because he has to, on the one hand, be very discreet, but not be forgotten by the French people.
It's well known, isn't it, that people who are bling-bling never drink coffee. Flo Vilmano with the French Papers. Thanks very much. Coming up for you, all the latest on Ukraine and on Syria as well. And also, remember Toronto's mayor, ridiculed at the end of last year for his screaming video rant, followed by revelations about drug and alcohol abuse, but he's planning to run again and continues to have mass support. We find out why in Focus.